In the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus, we got the victory. Oh, in the name of Jesus, precious name of Jesus, demons, you got to flee. Oh, tell me who can stand before us when we call on that great name. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, we had the victory, ooh, victory. Hey, what's going on? That's just one of those old time classic songs in the name of Jesus. I love to hear it. Well, the name of this video, this is your boy Stone Thug. Peace to everybody there. Making another one of these videos, and this one is rather interesting. And I want you to remember to thumb up the video, leave a comment. Also, we have a little place where you can send us a PayPal donation if you care to. And if you do that, we have a beautiful, beautiful signed CD for you. You have an option on a CD signed, or a book that's signed, one of our little booklets. So the unfinished booklets, we have some extra ones. So we're going to give those all if you send in a donation. So all you got to do is just send it to our PayPal account through our email, which takes like 1 minute, literally takes a minute. So, and you would also send us a confirmation email with your information on it. Where would you like us to mail your book or your CD? So please keep that in mind. The name of this CD, should I say the name of this video, is called Preachers, Black Preachers, Go Get That Money. Oh, Black Preachers, Get That Money. And the reason why I'm calling it that and I'm naming it this is because there's always been a cloud of like that little character on Charlie Brown. I guess it's Linus. He has a cloud. I don't know if it's Linus that has the cloud, but one of the Charlie Brown characters has a dirt cloud around his head, around his body when he walks around. And there's always that cloud association with black preachers. And I know some of you atheists and non-believers, as well as some of you believers, more believers than probably non-believers, always think negative when you think of preachers, particularly black preachers, little preachers, and money. And especially like back in the 80s when they used to preach these prosperity messages and say, God, you can be prosperous and name it and claim it and you can believe it and receive it and all that kind of stuff. Well, there's a reason why they don't talk about this stuff anymore. And I know you're thinking that I'm thinking that they're not preaching it no more because it doesn't work. No. I actually believe that that works personally, whether you're a believer or a non-believer. I think that the preaching of receiving it, asking for it and believing it and achieving it and receiving it is something that motivational speakers talk about all the time. I think that that's just part of having the courage to go after something. You have to have a goal. You visualize it and you go for it. And I don't think preachers are guilty for the people who believe in God. I don't think they're guilty for telling people the same thing. You believe it and you go after it and you try to achieve it. Now, if somebody tells you it's guaranteed, I think that's when you run into problems. But if they tell you that that's how you set forth a goal, just like you win a race or run a race, you stay between the lines, you hit your marks, you control your breathing, if it's a long haul, a fast sprint, there's certain mental preparations for achieving success that one has to consider when you're trying to run a race. So this race of life, I don't think there's anything wrong with telling people to believe and achieve. And this cloud is really the reason why I'm making this video right now about black preachers. And I don't mention white preachers, but many of them have similar problems as black preachers. But when you think of white preachers, they don't generally have the controversy as you have with black preachers. And there's always this thing about black preachers, black anything actually. But when it comes to black preachers, most of them are a teeny tiny group. There might be millions of them around the world, but in terms of their churches, it's probably 5, 10, less than 50 members. You have your mega churches, like you have your Creflo Dollar and your T.D. Jakes, which has thousands of members, but they still pale in comparison to a lot of the mega white churches. Not that that makes a difference, because God is colorblind, but there are churches that are predominantly one group or another, Asian or Latin or black or white. And this is not to make issue out of the fact that why more of them are not mixed up or together. This is to deal with the controversy of money. And preachers asking for money or requesting money. See, myself, I don't have a problem with money. I'm a business person. I've been in business a long time in the entertainment industry. I've been connected with regular business. I ran my own business for several years, brick and mortar business, office business. And now I'm in the entertainment industry, and it's a business, and I also do other things. So all work is work. There's no, just because a person talks, Tony Roberts makes millions and millions of dollars talking, and a preacher can make a couple of dollars talking. You should not think more positive about somebody like Al Capone or Adolf Hitler as you would a black preacher asking for a donation. Some of you think, I don't know why you think it, but there are some preachers who get money and don't do the best things with it. Maybe they buy a fancy car or buy themselves a suit, maybe some jewelry. You gave them the money, that's their business, what they do with it. If you gave them the money for building a roof, it should be earmarked for that reason. If you gave a donation to support a ministry, the preacher should have the discretion, as any business would, to better their business. You have some businesses, you support them, and they don't get certain things fixed. They still don't have the products you want. They still don't have the place looking the way you would want it. But you still go in there and you buy your Coca-Cola or you buy your candy bar or whatever. And you don't put those burden demands on the businessman. So I think that if somebody has or telling you they want the money for a certain reason, they should give the majority of that money to that reason. I mean, but we have that problem with the Red Cross. I mean, you give the Red Cross, maybe not the Red Cross, but many of these charitable places, $1, you find that only half of the dollar, a quarter of the dollar, 3 cents out of the dollar, goes actually to that particular disaster or whatever that happened. And I don't think it's wrong if they need the money in another area that he uses it for whatever they use it for. They need to know what they're doing. They need money for a lot of things. Some of them are questionable. Some of them put 90% of the money toward the item. But if I was running a ministry, or if I was running something, and somebody gave me $100 toward what I was doing, well, if I had a fire, or if I had another issue, or if I had to pay rent to stay in a place, I would pay my rent, and whatever was left, or what I could give toward that effort. But stability is very, very important. A lot of times when you run a charitable nonprofit organization, there's all kinds of things you need. So maybe one thing might trigger people to pay or contribute toward your nonprofit or your organization, but you may need lots of other things. You may need to, city inspectors may need for you to have a fire prevention, fire extinguishers, and you need to buy them. And of course, most of the time when people set up these things, they use most of their money to do it, so they could be half broke just setting it up, but they need help. So Me personally, I don't have issues with that. I think if you give, you should just give blindly and believe that God is going to reward you. Or if you don't believe in God, then nature and karma will reward you. Whatever you believe. I haven't believed in God. I haven't believed in Jesus. But that's my belief. Whatever your belief is, or whoever you believe in, if you give towards something, if you're atheist and believe in anything, you should give even more. Cause you ain't giving your money to nothing else. No, I'm just kidding my atheist friends. But a lot of atheists are very generous people. They may not believe in God, but they're very generous. They do like to give toward positivity or positive energy. So if they see a preacher, believe it or not, there are churches that do get money from atheists. They might not believe a word the preacher's saying. They might not believe in nothing he preached, but they just got a lot of money. They heard one thing that they liked. They saw one thing that they liked. So they said, yeah, here. Or they don't do it that way. They do it generously, happily. Yeah. And then you got some people who believe in God, who carry a Bible, big Bible, who shout when they hear gospel music, who love God and cry out. They won't give $1. $1. Even though they got the money to support something, because maybe he's of a different type of religion. Maybe you're Baptist and he's Catholic. Maybe you're Methodist and he's Presbyterian. And they like you. They like what you're doing. They like what you're trying to do. Like they maybe listening to this right now saying, I like that. Yeah, I like that guy. Yeah, I like that. I see what he's doing. But I want to donate $1, like he said in the beginning, $10, $100 or more. But yeah, he got a name like Stone Thug. He's an entertainer. Yeah, he makes some gospel music, but he does rock and roll, and he does Disney type tunes, and he does rap, or he does some country, and he does, So you, because of that one little thing, with all your believing, won't give. But somebody else, I don't believe in nothing, but I like the message. I want you to keep doing that. So here's $1,000 here. Just keep doing what you're doing. You don't even need to know who I am. Just, what's your eBay? Oh, your email. Send it to PayPal. Okay, boom. You'll never know who I am. He might be Al Capone's little brother, nephew, cousin, or he could be the Pope's granddaughter. I don't know if the Pope got any kids, but you understand the point. So, black preachers, go get that money. And don't feel guilty about it. And don't feel guilty, in conclusion, don't feel guilty about telling people to name it and claim it, to see it and believe it, to go after it, because it's all in the Bible. And those of you who believe in the Bible should believe that there's a God who wants to bless you. And you don't have to wait for him to drop money or gold bars out the sky. There's plenty of people that don't think nothing much of money. They see it as a tool, like a shovel or a cup of sugar. And they don't mind donating, giving, contributing to something that they see as positive, even if they don't believe as you do. Little kids that's got allowances, they can do it. People 90 years old just happen to see something you're doing just for a second and just go, yeah, let me do this. So don't feel bad about asking for no money, because you've never seen yet a guilty banker. You've never seen yet a guilty politician. You're supposed to be better than them, but you should not be guilty about asking for stuff when other people are doing it all day long and doing big hurt. But nobody, they don't talk about them. But you, with your little church and your 50 people, you're driving a car, might have worked your whole life at Chrysler, bought you a car, but they still, look at it. Don't you feel bad. Anyway, it's your boy Stone Thug. God bless you folks, all of you, wherever you are, believers and non-believers. Pass this to 3 people, this video, and bless somebody. Thank you. Peace. It's your boy Stone Thug.